So let's just start by taking a few deep breaths in and out, and just bringing in beautiful light from the source. Breathing in that beautiful light and just allowing yourself to come down, to let go of the day, of any thoughts or emotions. Just return to yourself, return to your heart, return to your breath, and this is where we will begin today. We have the energy that is often known as Archangel Michael with us today, and here comes the message. You are ahead of the time ahead of you is very, very interesting, very turbulent, but also filled with opportunities. Now, when we say opportunities, we are talking about spiritual opportunities. And spiritual opportunities are opportunities for those who are able to perceive them. So if you understand the meaning of not just your life, but of things that are happening to you, you will gladly and joyfully receive those opportunities. There will be many changes. The world will change in so many ways. What we as a collective, not just as myself, but as a collective, would like to share with you is to understand that there is a lot of deception coming in, even more than you can even imagine, even more than you've been used to. There are very sophisticated levels and layers of deception coming into your reality, as well as beautiful opportunities and pathways to enrich your spirit. So what we from Spirit would advise you is to develop in great clarity and focus on having a very clear perspective, and do not get attached to any of these, especially things that will seem as if they are too good to be true, too easy, too glittery, too shiny, because usually these are the deceptions, these are the roots of deception that are very, very attractive to what you understand as your lower self or your ego or your unconscious self. And so there will be a lot of things happening, a lot of chaos, and a lot of positive change as well. It just depends on what route or what pathway you will follow. Now, one of the biggest lessons for humanity is to understand the power of spirit. Many of you who are dedicated to your spiritual evolution, development, you still get caught up in giving too much power away to your outside circumstances. You still are not completely sure about the power of your spirit. You are not fully certain or fully understand or fully aware of the power of spirit, how powerful the spirit is, and therefore in this unaware state you often give value, priority to things of the outside world, thinking that these things will get you to the point, to the goal, to where you want to go. And so we are now guiding you, especially in these very turbulent times, where many different time frames collide, that you do not get caught up in the things of the outside world. Yes, outside world is a reflection, but to really spend time in researching, discovering, uncovering the power of your spirit. There is nothing as powerful or as enriching when you truly, truly get to experience yourself in your totality. Humanity, due to many different circumstances, is experiencing very little of their true potential light of the power of their spirit. Things on earth will go to extremes. As we already mentioned, there are different time frames from different timelines colliding, which means all of these energies and patterns are coming together to be purified, and that will create great intensity. There will be forces pulling into all sorts of directions, and you might find yourself being pulled into a direction that first will seem very familiar and wonderful, but as you keep investing your time and energy, eventually you will realize it was a replay of a very, very old story, and your soul memory will begin to awaken, and it will feel as if you have already lived through something very similar. And so our collective message for all of you is to be more of an observer. Take few steps back from the collective forces, the collective happening, the many voices of the collective, each trying to get your attention, and taking few steps back and really observing and not reacting, not falling into the trap of something outside of you being the key to what you're truly searching for. This will give you the opportunity to avoid wasting a lot of time and a lot of resources, as what everyone is now searching is for the power of their spirit, the light of their spirit. The spirit follows certain laws and rules of creation. The spirit naturally knows what is right, what is true, what is just. There is a part of you that naturally knows that, instinctively is connected to the truth of all life, and this part is your spirit. And so the guidance that you asked for today and that is coming through is about reconnecting, reawakening the power of your spirit, the intelligence of your spirit, the intelligence and the divine principles of that spark of light, of Creator, that lives within you, that is the very heart of you. That spark lives at the very heart of everything in creation. And it is only when in your mind, your heart, and your actions you realign with that is true, that is timeless, and that is fully aligned with the intelligence of divine, as you call it. To put it differently, the only way out of the madness of the reality you are part of is to return to your true essence and reconnect with the divine intelligence, the intelligence that exists beyond, far beyond anything that the collapse of all these different timelines is creating in the collective field. It is a mental and emotional grid that is being created and works as a vortex, pulling souls searching for energy, for contribution, in order to generate more of that reality. Old realities, old perspectives, not wanting to change but to be recreated in this current time. And so you will hear a lot, you will see a lot. There will be so many things happening, and you can choose to give your attention to any of these voices. And may we say this again, the voices that you will be drawn to are in some sort of resonance with you, but they might not be your future timeline, your future potential, or your present potential. The resonance you're feeling might be because it is something that you have already experienced. It is a pattern that is meant to be transcended. And so, do not confuse the resonance with the old, with the potential of your present, or as you call it, future. We are, of course, using your words and translating into your language. So we are bringing these concepts to the level that it makes sense to you. So the concepts of time, of the energy grids that we are using are not necessarily our concepts. They are the words and the concepts we know you will understand. There is an immense opportunity to choose a completely new timeline in your next cycle. It is a consequence of many different things happening simultaneously, of many different energies coming to a point of completion, of timelines clearing, dissolving, offering a new opportunity. And so there is an opportunity of starting a completely new timeline, a new cycle for your soul's evolutionary path. The key to this next level is to recognize what is your old resonance, what connects to the old patterns. Might feel familiar, but it might not be your highest potential and expression that you are guided towards. This will require you to observe, to be very conscious, to have your eyes wide open, to seize these beautiful opportunities. And when all the dust in collective settles, there will be enormous change on so many levels. And therefore, for you to truly thrive, you will have to take time to have clarity, to choose with clarity the things that will resonate with you on a deeper level. Do not just jump at things, do not just jump at innovation, do not jump into things. This is the year where remembering the power of spirit, returning that into that alignment, will activate a completely new timeline. Yes, there will be those who will begin to remember the power of spirit more and more as days pass, as time passes. And there will be those who will be completely unaware, living in a very different reality, having a very different experience. What we wish you to understand is that it is not about perfection in a way that would make sense to your logical mind. It is about balance. It is about safely guiding your reality, your world, in a balanced way towards greater and greater harmony. It is not work that is done overnight, as you like to say, but it is a work that requires patience, compassion, and higher understanding. So those of you that find our words very helpful and supportive, and find great clarity in these words, those of you are ready to remember the power of your spirit and move into this alignment. And there are those who will not resonate with these words. They will mean nothing to them. The energy will not be felt. And this is because they are on a different path. And the guidance they will benefit from will come in a different way. There isn't only just one way. There are many paths. The world, regardless on what path people are, will begin to feel the need to reunite, to come together, to bring greater compassion into their lives, to release the judgments, and to allow different realities, different perspectives to exist in harmony. This is the greatest lesson, or one of the greatest lessons of humanity, to allow the harmony to emerge through compassion, through allowing differences that can coexist in a most compassionate way. Harmony is not born out of everyone being the same. Harmony is born out of differences being in harmony. So in your life, there might be people, there might be situations where you will find yourself experiencing a very different perspective. And what you will learn is that even though the perspectives feel lifetimes apart, worlds apart, you can experience incredible closeness and unity by moving into your heart and looking at things through perspective of compassion. Compassion is the key, as compassion allows you to move away from judgment, and this is when you are open to receive a different perspective. Take great care of your energy. As we already said, focus on your own energy, your own inner alignment, preserving your light, activating your light, allowing yourself a different experience from the collective, and knowing that you can choose a very different reality from the collective. You do not need to be pulled into the collapse of the life of the different timelines and lifetimes, yes. Choose your resonance wisely and be at peace. Be at peace. And the right path, the highest path, will always be revealed to you. There will be great power in movement, in moving forward in a aligned way, in taking action. See these times not as punishment in any way, but as opportunity to spiritually mature, to master your own light, to return to the